A moment of reckoning in Gaza. Can a ceasefire proposal lead to peace? A recent turn of events in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict has raised hopes for a potential ceasefire, a glimmer of hope amidst the devastation. Gideon Sa'ar, Israel's foreign minister, claimed that the ceasefire proposal has gained significant traction within both the Israeli government and the general public. But here's where it gets controversial. Hamas is contemplating a temporary ceasefire, but it insists that the agreement must mark the war's conclusion. This bold statement from Hamas, emphasizing their wish for peace, puts the spotlight on the pathway to lasting calm in the region. According to a statement from Hamas, fresh ceasefire propositions have been put forward by mediators. They are engaging in discussions to address differences and come back to the negotiation table, striving for an agreement to cease hostilities. One of Hamas's primary objectives is to secure an end to the current conflict and guarantee that Israeli troops vacate the area. This development arises just a day after President Donald Trump announced that Israel had agreed to a 60-day ceasefire plan in Gaza. He also urged Hamas to accept the arrangement before the situation worsens. The U.S. president has been actively pressuring both Israel and Hamas to reach a ceasefire deal, which would also include the release of Israeli hostages held in Gaza. Trump has suggested that this 60-day window could serve as a crucial period to work toward ending the conflict. Yet Israel insists that a halt in hostilities would only be acceptable after Hamas's defeat. President Trump is set to discuss this topic further with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu next week. But here's where it gets particularly intriguing. Hamas's insistence on an end to the war leaves room for debate on whether the latest ceasefire propositions can transform into a genuine cessation of hostilities. Netanyahu's response to Hamas's statement, asserting that a post-war Gaza will not have any Hamas presence, sharpens this debate. Israeli authorities have also raised alarm, noting a potential intensification of military operations in Gaza if ceasefire discussions stall, as reported by the US-based Axios news outlet. One senior Israeli official was quoted as saying, "If there's no progress towards a hostage deal, we may have no alternative but to transform Gaza City and the central refugee camps just as we did in Rafah, leaving everything in ruins." And this is where the situation becomes increasingly complex and contentious. Some members of the Israeli cabinet, like National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir and Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich, have not openly endorsed the US-backed ceasefire plan. For Palestinians on the ground, skepticism runs high. Hani Mahmoud from Al Jazeera reports that Palestinians have often been let down by ceasefire announcements that fail to materialize, leading to a reality where every day sees the loss of 100 to 120 Palestinian lives. He raises a crucial point. If we are to speak about a ceasefire, shouldn't efforts also focus on creating conditions conducive to peace and stability? Contemplating the reality. In Gaza, the human toll continues to climb, with at least 78 lives claimed in a recent Israeli military strike. Dr. Marwan al-Sultan, the director of the Indonesian hospital, was also among the casualties following an attack on a residential area in the region. His tragic loss underscores the dire plight facing many in Gaza, where essential services and medical facilities are under siege, further exacerbating the humanitarian catastrophe. What's your take on the situation? Can a ceasefire truly create the foundation for lasting peace? Or is the path ahead still fraught with challenges and uncertainties? Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you.